Hello, beautiful souls. How are you doing today? Today I'm going to talk about the fact that bad news sells. Good news doesn't sell. I'm going to tell you why. We'll talk about it on the other side. So whilst I was talking to the emissaries, I said to them, what's happening in the world? What's going on in the world? And they said, lots and lots of good things. Although, you wouldn't know. They said that people are all over doing goodly and godly things. Helping one another, guiding people, supporting people, creating groups. They said it's immense what's happening. But we will never know. Because the world is not designed to give us good news. It's only designed to give us bad news. And that's nothing new. I mean, when I don't know, 21 years ago when I switched the TV off, I switched it off because it was horrible. It was horrible. And the news was absolutely disgraceful. However, I remember when I was a kid, the news would be bad, 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 terrible, very worrying, worse. But at the end, they would say, and now, some news from a little old lady and blah, 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 who found a cat and like a little bit of, and people would go, oh, isn't that nice? Because the way that our mind works is this. We remember the first thing and we remember the last thing. The bit in the middle, we can't remember very much. And so they would put a nice little bit at the end and you go, oh, you know, isn't that lovely? Life's lovely. Look at that little old lady and that cat. Now, I don't think they do it. I don't know, and you can maybe tell me, for those who might unfortunately have to watch the news at some point, do they still end the news with one little bit of good news, a little glimmer, a little spark of light, or not? I have a feeling that they don't. In fact, we've been told, have we not, that good news doesn't sell. Good news is, unfortunately, I've heard people actually reason this when I've talked about the fact that the news is a big pile of shit. They say, I agree, but you know, it's just that good news doesn't sell. And they say that. We like bad news. Are they lying? No, they're not. Is it true? Yes, it is. But not for the reasons that you might imagine. In my book, we are intrinsically good. We're good people. So why on earth would we like bad news? Well, for two reasons, and this was sort of backed up by the emissaries. One is that we've been trained. We've had inculcated in us a desire for bad news. We like it. But why do we like it? Which is the other reason. We like it because we're addicted to it. And why are we addicted to it? Because when we're scared, when we're worried, when we're angry, what does our body do? It shoots out loads of kind of what you might call anesthetic drugs to ease the pain. And so what happens is we get addicted to those drugs. It's the same when we smoke. You know, when we smoke, the body goes, holy shit, doing themselves a lot of damage here. We better put all of these endorphins into the system. And so we get hooked on our body trying to keep us safe. It's exactly the same when you eat very hot chili. Your body goes, holy shit, we are burning. We are on fire. Feel-good drugs, it's called the chili high. Okay, let's get the feel-good drugs, the anesthetic, and we go, oh yeah. It's exactly the same with bad news. We feel fear and our body goes whoosh, and we feel good about feeling fear. That's why horror films are so popular. People getting that and then getting that feeling of, oh, it feels quite good to be scared out of your knickers. And the thing is, as the emissaries reminded me, if people can be conditioned to like bad news, then they can be conditioned to like good news in nothing, in a trice. Why? Because when you hear good news, it actually makes you feel good too. but you get a different kind of drug that's been allowed to enter into your system, a feel-good drug about good things. You know, when you hear some good news about somebody who you like, something happens and you think, oh, I'm so pleased. That feeling is addictive. It's just that we've been trained wrongly. We've been trained to feel the bad and not the good. The emissaries say that people could be changed in a matter of a month of being trained to actually respond well to good news. That would be it. We could be changed. We're just so malleable. You know, I used to think it was a weakness, but it's not. It's a strength. We can be affected and our whole mentality can be changed in a very, very short space of time. That's why when they say, when you want to change a habit, all you have to do is do it for 30 days and that's it. You don't even have to think about it after that. Well, it's exactly the same. If we had a society, which we're going to, it's coming, in which good news was celebrated. In a month, all right, let's push it out. In 3 months, everybody would be addicted to it, saying, give me some good news, tell me some good news. And it reminds me of when I started looking at affirmations, because affirmations, in essence, is affirming good news. That hasn't happened yet, but it's still affirming good news. And when you do it, for those who do affirmations, the most important thing is the feeling. You know, you see it, you hear it, but you feel it. That feeling is exactly the same as getting good news. It's the same thing. You become addicted to expecting the best. And I remember when I was learning, I learned about poverty consciousness and about the fact that if you have poverty consciousness, you're never going to feel good and you're not going to bring money into your life. And what I learned was a very important lesson for me was when somebody has something that you want, you have to be pleased for them. You have to be happy for them. Right? Now, I was brought up in a poverty consciousness household where my father would say, stinking rich. He is stinking rich. Right? That's not a good word. He would say, look at them. They've got everything. Who do they think they are? And he would say bad stuff about people who had money. And of course, that rubs off on you. And I would think, people with money, bastards. You know, when you win the lottery, somebody wins a lottery, and he would say, he didn't swear, but if he did swear, he would say, lucky bastard. Yeah? Like denying people having things. And what happens to that? That's poverty consciousness. What happens is your unconscious mind, which is a very honest part of us, says this. People with money are bad. And therefore, I do not want to have money because that would mean that I am stinking and that I'm a lucky bastard. And so it stops you from getting what you want when you deny it of other people. So it was a really important lesson for me to say, what? He's a millionaire. Good for him. He's built a business and now he's earning loads of money. Good for him. I'm really happy for him. It took me a while to get there, but when I did, I noticed a big change. A big change. Do we celebrate people who have got money through doing something really evil? No. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who've worked jolly hard or have had a bit of luck as well. Why not? Beautiful. You know, if you deny people's luck, you deny your own luck. It's just the way that it works. It's like that. So imagine a world in which people feel good about bad news. Imagine that. How do you think that is for an affirmation? It's a bit strong, isn't it? But imagine a world where everybody feels great about good things happening. Imagine how that will change the frequency of where we live. It will create a very, very different world. And it isn't far away. It isn't unreachable. It just is with the current status that we have, the current group of dirty, low-life, stinking, manky, fucking bastards who are ruling the world. But once that's sorted, which it will be, then we can change, and it's easy. It's going to be easy. So, bad news sells, yes. But we don't like good news. It's a lie. We love good news. We just haven't been trained to look out for it, to seek it out. And so it's our job to start seeking out good news. Our job to start seeking out really good stories and sharing them with other people. Just sharing good stories. Imagine if every awakened person started sharing good stories instead of sharing fearful ones, like what we do. Good stories. In fact, that's why we opened Peaceful Rebellion, the Telegram group, so that we could get together and share good stories. Does it always work? No, because we're programmed to share fearful ones. Everybody has to know this to keep themselves safe. Bollocks! When, by watching the news, when have you ever kept yourself safe? There's nothing that you can do. When somebody sends you a video of The Who saying that they're going to lock everybody up in the world in 2030 and you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. How is that saving you? How is it saving you? How is it keeping you safe? It isn't. It's making you feel good though. It's making you feel good. So come on, let's turn the tables. Let's be the pioneers in sharing good stuff. That's what's going to change the world. I love you all and I'll speak to you all later. Put in the comments whether you agree with me or not. And if you want, put in the comments something good that you're aware of. That'd be a nice start.